Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Tales of Arise. Last time we left off, we got a big ol' lore dump, and we found out that Alphen was a test subject for the Renans, and he is actually Dahnan, but he's important for some reason. Some reason for interacting with the Dark Core, I think, and something went bad, and there was a lady named Naori, I believe. It was a lot.
Naori. Shion. Damn it.
Oh man, you're actually gonna be able to feel pain now. This ain't gonna be fun. Oh, and they're armored? Great. Oh, this is not gonna go well. Well, you stopped that. Oh god. Yeah, because you don't have the flaming sword. Your boost attack sucks now.
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! Win! I'm not done!
Okay, well I can actually do some damage, but without the blazing sword, you're a bit weaker, Alphen.
I'm not done! Double Demon!
Ow. It's fine, we're just gonna take you up in the air and do that. I mean, we're- oh my god, okay. Wait, what does your boost attack even look like?
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
I can't do it. There's just no boost attack now. You don't get any boost attack.
I'm not done!
I thought it would give me at least something, but no. Not even that.
Take this!
Okay, we're kind of getting our ass kicked here. We gotta be a little bit careful.
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! Severing Wing!
Get out of there. Not getting hit by that aqua laser.
No escape!
Okay, you're doing something. What are you doing? Okay, that's what you're doing.
Strike!
Well, that's not so bad.
Swarm! Severing Wing!
Knock you up into the air, but you unfortunately don't stay there very long. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Peach gel. Just trying to make sure I don't die here. I mean, at least my boost attack is still useful for, recovering AG, but that's kind of all it's good for now.
You picked the wrong fight! Double Demon Fang!
And it still does knock enemies down. At least, but, definitely not as useful as it used to be. But what can you really expect?
Severing Wing! Take this!
Ah, I drop you so easily. This is a very, very good fight to kind of show just how... One, it's showing how far Alphen has fallen without everybody else, but... Two, it's showing just how weak he actually is without the burning sword. Burning blade. So... He loses a lot of his power when that's gone. Also, yeah, he feels pain now too, which has to suck.
Alphen?
Yay!
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right? Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlym. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell. Where are we?
Ganith Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Rinwell joined the party and Doalim joined the party. Rinwell, retired Avenger. Who's Max AG? Rinwell's quest for revenge ends when she chooses to spare her mortal enemy. All thanks to Law putting his life and limb on the line. Yeah, we still need these two things. Evasion distance, down damage, reduced art casting time during combos again, and Holy Lance. Is that your first lightning ability? That might be, actually. I wanted increased mid-air damage, though. So let's give you increased mid-air damage. Alphen, you have quite a few things. Shockwave slash. A fierce slashing sweep attack from the side. That was a lot of S's. Opens up a vacuum wave that makes enemies float in the air. I forget what I actually wanted on you, Alphen. AG restored. Rising Falcon. AG restored. Rending Flash. AG restored from crits. Increased counterattack, critical hit rate, maybe? Oh no, I wanted mid-air damage on you. Well,
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
if there was ever a time for me to switch to playing as Doalim and kind of using Doalim more, now would be that time, because Xion is gone, and if I remember correctly, Doalim does actually have healing arts. So that's probably not the worst idea. So, yeah, we may give Doalim a shot now. I'll see if I can find some arts that I like on him. I also just kind of want to compare his stats to everyone else. So, yeah, I mean, your attack stats and stuff, a little low compared to everybody else, but I also have not upgraded your weapon in who knows how long. So, but let me look at your arts. So what exactly do you have? You do have heal, you have resurrection, you have regenerate. Elusive deity, air pressure, tectonic fission. Yeah, that's just your thing. So I don't really have very many new attacks on you. New arts, basically. Spinning jump and unleashes a barrage of rod strikes. Yeah, you quite frankly just don't have a lot of skills at all. I mean, I could mix some of the other things in, but yeah, I feel like the reason you don't have a lot of arts though is because I just straight up haven't been using you. Well, you're in combat now. We'll see if you learn a bunch of new arts in combat, but for now, I think I'll control Rinwell in combat. I think that would just be better. I can't sprint here, weirdly enough.
Right, here goes!
Go get him!
Rising Viper!
Okay, so I have air thrust.
In here!
Uh-huh.
Through the stop high! Is it high? Just back
Boom, boom, boom.
Blah, 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 magic! Sweet pal!
Blah, 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 magic.
Cyclone!
There we go. Hit him with the cyclone.
Here
Uh-huh.
One last dance in the wind! Air thrust!
There we go.
Photon blast!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Deadzo. Wow, how did Alphen... God, Alphen, you're getting annihilated, man.
Dance in the wind!
Thanks!
Air thrust!
Take this! Begin!
Go ahead and hit him with that. There we go.
Light burst forward!
Radiant Genesis!
I imagine having Xion and Doalim in the same party is actually quite strong since they can both heal. Unfortunately, I feel like I've already put so much into Kisara now, it's kind of impossible to take her out of the party, but I imagine Xion, Doalim, and Rinwell all in one party are pretty strong, or whoever else you want to put in that fourth slot. Okay, well there's the owl. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything around here.
Speaking of Thistlym, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Alright, yeah, Alphen's not doing so hot, guys. Wow, you're way over there. Right eye patch. Covering meant to be worn over the right eye to conceal injuries, although many like wearing it simply because it looks cool. I'll be a Majima. I love Majima. You're saying we should check in on the owl forest? Okay, so I have a new thing to get from there, but...
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
I feel like we should focus on this stuff first.
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
And boy, is there a lot to tell.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dahna. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
Good question.
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
I did think they looked
Imeris.
similar.
As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dahna. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
That was a very, very long cutscene, but wow, we got a lot more stuff out of that. So I can't remember if they actually mentioned it in the cutscene or not, but I'm guessing if that was 300 years ago, which would make Alphen 300 years old, I'm guessing Naori is actually like Shion's grandmother. I guess that would be the case. And yeah, we're still kind of fuzzy on what the Sovereign actually is in the spirit channeling ceremony. I'm guessing it was something to do with powering the Dark Core, the Dark Spirit Core, because it hasn't really been mentioned much. They just said it's on Lenegis, but they have not said it's a part of the Crown Contest, so maybe the Crown Contest in general is to get enough spirit energy to fill the Dark Core. Because they mentioned at one point, they're like, then we can go home. Maybe the Dark Core is what's needed to power a ship to get them back to their normal planet or something. I don't know. Once again, I'm spitballing.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
They just told you what they thought, man. This happens a lot in JRPGs specifically, in my experience, where your main character, who's kind of been like everyone else's rock, has kind of always been confident and is always doing the stuff, eventually hits a point where they just get like slapped in the face, and then they kind of just fall apart and get depressed. So many games do this. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying it's a common thing. So I've definitely seen this before. I'm sure you're gonna wake up out of your stupor. I have seen some very, very dumb and egregious examples of this. And one old RPG that I played on, or JRPG that I played on the Xbox 360, where the character basically is just like a walking zombie, and they don't talk to anybody, they don't do anything, they're just like, I'm stupid and I'm useless. But I don't think Alphen's gonna be like that. Alphen's just understandably bummed. I mean, that's a lot to just have dropped on you like that. Cows! Hello, cow. Alright. I had to survive a lot of death around me to get where I am now, but there's a slave and on my way to this place. All I want now is to live the rest of my days in peace and quiet, so please, don't cause any trouble while you're here. Alright, I won't, friend. So, I'm guessing Volaron just doesn't give a shit. It's just like, whatever. The slaves can do whatever they want. I don't really care about that, but that kind of makes me wonder what Volaron's deal actually is. Coastline up ahead is swarming with Zeugles. I won't stop you from going, but don't bring any of them back to the village. Hi, Kisara. Thanks for the kind words.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dahna and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dahna. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Oh, Kisara's great. That was a really, really good conversation with her, actually, and she brought up a bunch of valid points. I do find myself wondering, Alphen, how do you even know you're the one that killed those people? You said you blacked out and went unconscious. Are you kind of just assuming you did? Because when you woke up, there was destruction everywhere. It may not have actually been your fault. Not to even mention the fact that Kisara's right. You were forced to do that. You didn't have a choice. It was the people who made you do it that were in the wrong, not you. It was likely them that screwed up, not knowing what they were doing, and that was what caused whatever this calamity that happened is. I think now would be a good time for you to reflect on things. Yeah, thank you. That was a great conversation, Kisara. That nasty shipwreck, I'm surprised I'm still alive. Alright. Anything else going around here? Well, Alphen has regained enough confidence to gain the ability to run again. I'm not sure why I couldn't run in the previous area, but now I can. So yay. Big fish. Sea bream. So you can just collect those just by swimming around in the water if you don't interact with the fishing, I guess. Or maybe those are the ones you just collect out of the water like that, or specifically the ones that you use for cooking and stuff, because I think the ones I fish up are only really useful for selling, right? But that sea bream I think I can use as a cooking ingredient, so I just want to collect some of the things that are hiding around here. There we are. Some beef. Where the hell are we? See all kinds of trees around here I don't recognize. Is there any hope for us ever getting back to Mahagsar? No. So you're some of the sailors that came with us, maybe? Maybe. Uh-huh. Old man, what's up? There's been a big shipwreck. People and things keep washing up with the tide lately. Yeah, so the sailors that were with us shipwrecked here. Hello.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, Why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
No, I love Dahlim. Dahlim's great. Honestly, I love basically all the party members. They're all fantastic. I kind of like JRPGs where there's not too many party members, because when there are, one, I kind of have to leave some to the wayside and just don't kind of get to interact with them as much, and it gets kind of bloated. I like casts that are like, here's 5 or 6 characters, you will get to know all of them in detail. That's one of my favorite things about Bug Fables. It is a very limited party, and you get very attached to them, and I feel kind of the same with a lot of these characters. Also, yeah, we did get confirmation there that was the Renis Alma that was specifically in the spirit channeling ceremony. I saw dark energy coming out of it, so I was like, is it the dark core? But, yeah, it seems like it was just straight up the Renis Alma, so maybe, well, I'm still sticking to my idea of maybe they need the Renis Alma as like a fuel source to power a ship or something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit too wild and crazy with my theories. We should be thinking about what needs to be done. Alright. So, enter neighboring map. What? Oh. Okay. That's the inn. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we have a few more characters to talk to. So, this is Renwell. So, Law is the last character we're going to speak to.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Rinwell's so damn wholesome. I love her too. Like I said, all these characters are great, and all of these conversations with them are great. Take it from me, it's really hard to be all alone. Alright, so one thing that we got out of that I find myself thinking about is... So, how old is Alphen? So, Alphen's like 300, right? And how is he surviving this long and still looks this young? Did the mask somehow, like, keep him at a certain age? Or do the Dahnans just naturally live this long? I don't think that's the case. I'm guessing the helmet did some kind of preservation with him, the mask, as it were. I'm guessing that's what was going on there. So, yeah. I'm thinking that may be the case. That's just kind of what I'm going to go with in my headcanon for now is... physically, Alphen is not 300 years old. So... He was basically, like, quote-unquote cryogenically frozen, just... a mask did it instead. I don't know, maybe we'll get more explanation about that. Good. I don't see anything here that's spoiling or poisonous. It's important that we inspect everything we eat here carefully. There are no doctors or medicine here, so one wrong move would be in trouble. Alright, please. Thank you. You're one of the refugees from Pelagian? So I need to warn you about something. Our village is secret, for everyone's safety. Don't do anything that could attract any Renan attention, alright? It's extremely important. Oh, okay, maybe Volron does actually lead here. You guys are just kind of like a hidden village, kind of like how some of the rebel groups were in Calaglia. Except, you're not rebels, you just kind of want to live. Tried looking everywhere for him, but I can't find Mahavar. Damn it, why do you have to be the only one to go down with the ship? Oh. Mahavar, no! Alright, well, I don't think we need to go in there into the inn. Hello. Please, just lay some eggs already. I want to eat something other than fish for once in my life. Chickens are like, nah, I'm good. I was about to say, aren't most of these roosters? But 2 of them are roosters and there's 3 hens. So. Alright, what's in here? Still giving us that reminder of Zephyr, huh? I don't even know what this... It's a dwelling, is what it said. The village was founded by survivors who fled from the regime in Pelagian. They left in search of a better life away from the repressive rule of the Rena and ultimately settled upon here. It's been years since any more deserters have arrived from there, however. Not even sure how long at this point. What could have happened there that stopped the flow of people, I wonder? Maybe they built a wall and locked them all in. Are you outsiders? Never seen anyone who's not from this realm before. Yeah, our grandpa told us never to talk to guys like you because you're scary and mean. Wow. Great. Way to cheer Alphen up, kids. Damn it. One of the reasons why this is the perfect place to hide is because of the mountains surrounding here. They shield us from Rena's eyes. Ah, so you're like surrounded by mountains. You're in a little, like, kind of... I don't know what you would call it. Like an alcove connected to the sea, reservoir. I don't know. Alright, well that's everybody to talk to in here, so let's go ahead and get out. Thistlym is a weird name. Village community founded by escaped slaves. Residents eke out a living from caves, constantly afraid of being found by Rena. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's like surrounded by mountains. Yeah, it's like a little reservoir, kinda. Just kind of drifts in from the sea. Well, they got a very, very good location to set up because they have an amazing supply of food due to the fish. But I imagine that you also probably can't grow many crops here because the soil is probably very sandy, which is unfortunate. Never met any Dahnans before that didn't originally escape from Pelagian. Not coming to rat us out to the Rena, are you? Just making sure. So you're not even actually doing anything to that. I find it interesting that you guys are away from the Rena, but you still have your cores in? You still have your cores in. Why haven't you removed them? Maybe you don't have someone that can remove them? Possibly. The cores have not come up as much as I thought they would. When I saw them at the beginning of the game, I'm like, oh, this is going to be an X-sphere kind of thing, isn't it? But no. It seems like it's mostly just there to help them collect the spirit energy, and that's kind of it. Maybe I'm just misremembering things. Oh, they are growing some crops, but that's interesting. They have like a plant bed for it. They probably go and get better soil from somewhere else and then just grow the stuff here, I guess? Interesting. I'll just take food without asking. Our crops are a vital resource that can have to be shared with everyone here. I have like shit tons of food. Do you guys want some? Like, let's look here. These are all recipes. And all kinds of garbage. Valuables, accessories, and materials. Yeah, look at all this food I got. You want 44 pieces of chicken? About 45 things of pork. 42 wheat? I got you guys. Harvest looks like it's growing nice and healthy. Going to taste great once they're ready to be eaten. Jeez, my mouth was like, I refuse. Once you escape Pelagian, you have to cross through marshlands, waterfalls, and forests before finally ending up here. The only thing left after that is ocean. There's nowhere else left to run, so if the Renans ever find us, we'll be in real trouble. Build a boat. If you make it through Shinefall Woods and then go past Orium Falls, you can see Pelagian out in the distance. Although just thinking about seeing that castle sends shivers down my spine. Not exactly a trip I'd recommend taking, personally. Yeah, you guys have a lot of trauma associated with that place, which makes a lot of sense. Whoa, Law, your back is turned to me and I'm just walking up here in this big arena. I feel like I'm about to have a battle with you. It's kind of ominous.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that I... There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
All right. Well, not the way I would have talked to someone that's feeling very depressed, but it's a very law-like way to talk to someone that's depressed, and it seems to have worked on Alphen. So here we go. Oh yeah, let's see what you have to say after. I believe in you, Alphen. Well, thank you. Can I just jump down here? That would be very convenient. Nope. Of course not. Can I hop this? Nope. Alright. I didn't even mean to press that. Weird. Alright, so let's get back to the inn. We'll see what happens, and then, I may go ahead and end the episode off there.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Members who left have returned to your party. And bumbling fighter extraordinaire. Inferno punch, thrust out with a fiery fist, increase crit damage, awakening chain battle, strength and counter edge. Yeah. Well, Alphen, Law, you are in the party again. I feel like I kind of need Dahna in the party though, but Law's already kind of upgraded, so I may just keep Law in the party. The only unfortunate bit with this is all of my healing is going to come from, like, items, which kind of blows, so... I don't know, maybe we take Law out and replace them with... We'll try without Kisara for a bit and see how things go. How about that? Because Kisara and Dahna are both level 29, so... Let's, I didn't want to change the party leader. Let's edit. Let's put Dahna into the party over Kisara. And see what that is like. Who knows? Maybe I'll like having Dahna in the party.
People, if we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Was there a shop and stuff in here? Because I would like to upgrade equipment on Dahna if there is. There is. Cool. So what's up, you? Craft weapon. So yep, we got a lot of new options. Radiant Light, the Dark Wings. Can't make any of those. I can make some upgraded stuff for you. Right here, the refined crystal knuckles. Yeah. Okay, sure. Craft and equip. That's a big upgrade for you. And what about you? I can make a columna latio. Can I make a refined... Okay, I don't have Tempest Fang, so I can't make the refined one of those. This enhances your dark arts, which I'm kind of interested in. But this is just straight up better damage for you, so I'm just gonna get you this. So there you go. Enjoy, Dahna. And yeah, Kisara, you're gonna be sitting out for a bit. We'll see how I like it. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't had anything decent to do in a while.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
So yeah, what's that put you at stats-wise now? Okay, okay, wait, no, so now that upgrade makes Dahna pretty good in the damage department. You're a little bit lacking on the elemental damage, for sure. Like, Law almost has as much elemental attack as you. But, not the worst, and you are gonna be our healer, so... The only thing I'm kind of worried about is, should I switch out Law for Kisara? I don't know. We'll try rolling without Kisara for a bit and just see what I think of it. We should probably make a good accessory for you as well. So... what kind of accessory would I want on you? Increased elemental attack. I don't have a better version of it now. Grit, resistance, restore CP on enemy defeat might be pretty good. Elemental damage minus 20%, physical damage minus 20%. You know, for one, how about for you? Okay, I don't have any good Grimoires, never mind. I don't really think I need to make any of those, actually. I think on Thistlym, I'm just gonna give you the... where was it? Wait, do I not get to keep that thing I had on... do I not get it back? The thing that I had on, Xion? Is she still holding my equipment? I think she's still holding my equipment. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. CP cost minus 10%. That lowers your attack a lot. Oh, that's why your attack's so high, because of the... Well, I want you to... Ah, that's such a big drop, though. Well, we'll keep you on that for now. If we're gonna do that, though, I might as well make you a better version of the warrior emblem. Earth and wind damage plus 15%, fire damage. Sure. We'll get you that one. And we'll enhance it with some shitty Grimoires and an astral ore. And now we'll go to like the level 2s and do what? Oh, I was like, what happened? Inhibitor crystals. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. There we go. Cool. So now, Thistlym, you have yourself a better warrior emblem that also increases some of your magic damage, should you choose to use it. Congratulations. Yeah, Law's attack is just kind of monstrous, but I'm pretty sure I also used a lot of the herbs that I had on Law, so it makes a lot of sense. Alright, I feel like everyone's outfitted now. I think we're going to go ahead and save and end this episode off here. So, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.